Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, it seems that Conor McGregor may have had the last laugh in his recent saga with Artem Lobov. McGregor recently took to Twitter to let fans know how their court session went, with the judge ruling in his favor, as well as making Artem pay the court fees. McGregor then went on to post a voice note to Twitter.
Artem is a Johnny head, na 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 na, hey, na 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 na, hey, Johnny head.
However, now Artem is filing yet another lawsuit against his former friend, this time because Lobov claims McGregor launched a coordinated social media attack with the intent to harass, intimidate, and defame him after the first lawsuit. In addition, according to Artem, Tony McGregor, Conor's father, has been sending him threats and personal messages. Lobov said their alleged actions would be subject to further proceedings, now also for defamation. What do you guys think? Will Artem have a solid case? Let us know your opinion in the comments below. Raul Rosas reacts to the news that he was awarded the $50K bonus after his successful UFC debut last weekend. Here's the footage.
Hit yours too.
Yo, guess what?
What?
Guess.
What?
You won the bonus.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let me see a cheer. Let's get a little cheer. Sheesh.
Hell yeah, bro.
My boy, you earned it, bro. Nobody deserves it more.
There you go.
Let's go. What are you going to say to Dana White?
Huh?
Dana, what are you going to tell him?
What I don't know.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Glover Teixeira discusses whether or not he will retire after he faces off against Jamal Hill at UFC 283 for the light heavyweight belt. Teixeira said, "It definitely won't be any retirement now. Someone asked me back then, do you think one more fight and then defend your belt at Madison Square Garden and retire? I said, who knows? If this weekend, especially what happened to me, hasn't taught me anything, I never make plans for the future. I live in the present. I don't have such plans. I'll retire at this date. The day I retire will be the day I'm training poorly when I don't want to go to the gym anymore. I had moments like that back in the day. I was dealing with injuries. I was down. When I lost to Corey Anderson, I thought, I'll fight one more, and if I lose, I'll retire. But then I was happy again. New gym, changing a few things, and being happy. I love to be training and fighting. You saw my last fight, the one with Yuri. We see the level I'm fighting, it's intense. My fight is intense, and that's why people can't keep up with it. I thought, what about me? Who am I fighting now? There's no champion, but I didn't think too much about it. I was cool. They called me right after and took me to a meeting room backstage and we got it done. It was quick. Hunter Campbell asked me if I was down to fight Jamal Hill for the belt in Brazil, and I said sure, talk to the managers and we'll get it done. Let's go. Glover then went on to speak about the notion of Jamal Hill being out of shape for the fight. That's not the case. To think I'm better prepared than the guy, I'm the better man, that's what I have to think. Do the right strategy and submit this guy, take him down or knock him out. Everyone knows my style already. Take him down, but the hand gets in if he lets it. It's about the moment. Prochazka won a fight with 28 seconds left. If I get up there and win for 28 seconds, I'd be champion. I was winning. It's not like I was getting beat up the entire fight and lost, and now I'm the champion again. So for sure I'll go after the belt. No one owns it. I'll show I'm the best in the world. Jared Gordon reflects on his recent fight against Paddy Pimblett and why he believes that size isn't everything when it comes to fighting in a specific weight division.
I didn't show my best work, which is on the ground. I had made some mistakes there. But, you know, that's a fight, man. Fights are fights. And, you know, he did a good job stuffing some takedowns and against the fence. You know, I'm undersized for the division. I'm small 55er. Everyone that I fight is huge looking compared to me. I fought Leo Santos. I fought Grant Dawson, Selecki. Paddy looked huge compared to me. There's that interview of us, or the video of us backstage when we saw each other backstage, and I spoke to Portnoy, and you know, like people were like, "How is that guy? How is that guy?" And even Nate Diaz said he fought a 45er, and it's true. But I don't care about that. That doesn't mean anything to me. I think I show that size is not necessarily the biggest factor. So, and I think I showed I was better. I wasn't tired at all. I felt fine. I could have fought 5 rounds. So I took a lot from it. I won, but I lost. And I get to the same lessons as if I really had lost badly. And I'm able to take what I can from that. And I have to move on.
Jared Cannonier believes he could be next in line for a title shot if he gets through Sean Strickland this weekend. Here's the clip.
If Alex wins that fight and you win this one, you've got as good a claim as any in the division to get a shot at the new champion.
I suppose so. Me, Robert Whittaker is up there.
And I'm sure the rematch between Israel and Alex is up there as well. So yeah, I'm right there. So a good old-fashioned ass whooping Saturday night, put my name right there in the mix.
Who do you fancy in that rematch between Israel and Alex?
It doesn't matter, right? We see how it went the first time, right? It could be written in the stars that Izzy may never beat him. You know, it could be written in the stars, you know, because I thought he was winning that fight. And I think the same thing happened in their fight in kickboxing. He was scoring and winning, and he got caught, right? So the nature of the beast, I guess. There's not much you can do to avoid that sort of thing. Just be a little bit sharper, a little bit better, you know, more evasive maybe. Who knows?
Tom Aspinall joins Paddy the Baddy for an interview, and the pair discuss Tom's recent injury and his long-lasting knee problems.
I don't like to talk about it too much because it's like, people say like, well, why did you fight with a bad knee? But that bad knee has been bad
for years.
Mate, I've had that since before I was in the UFC.
Yeah.
So I've always been like training around it and stuff. And actually, the last camp, and I fought Blades, it felt really strong. But it does this thing occasionally where like it locks up. Well, it did do. It's fixed now. I've had surgery on it. But it used to like lock up. So sometimes, to be honest, it never really happened with a kick before. It would, if I was on my knees for too long, like grappling, like in turtle position, sometimes I couldn't stand up because it'd be locked, like bending. I have to get someone to like pull it out. And it just so happened, for whatever reason, that night, I kicked him and my knee just locked up completely. I kicked him, my knee locked, and I just couldn't move it. Something snapped in there, and then that was it. So, just unlucky, mate. I don't know why it happened. Obviously, I've had a lot of time to think about it, and just one of them things, isn't it?
The UFC has recently stated that the Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa fight is official and will go down at UFC 284 in Australia. However, Paulo Costa denies that the contract has been signed and the fight is far from official. Here's Robert Whittaker's take on the scenario.
Mate, this is this is my side, right? Mm-hmm. I signed a contract and I'm training my butt off. And I'm starving myself to get down to the weight limit. Someone is getting beaten up in February. Okay, like what he's doing, he's a notorious troll for that sort of stuff. So I'm not paying too much attention. I don't think anybody else should pay too much attention to the dude that walks around with a bottle that says secret juice on it.
I mean, fair point. I think from his perspective, he was saying how, look, his contract's super outdated. It's like from 2017. He's fighting killer after killer. And he's like, you know, I should be getting paid more than what I'm paying. So I think the way he explained it is he's waiting for Hunter to basically send him an offer. I think there was an offer sent, but I think it was for like a multi-fight deal. And he was like, I don't want to do a multi-fight deal. I want to do something a little bit more simple where I get paid a little bit more. So I don't know. Is there like a deadline for you where you kind of like, you know, there's a certain date or point that I'm curious about as far as like whether I'm going to be fighting Paulo Costa or not?
No, I honestly haven't thought about it. It hasn't crossed my mind. It's like I said, I am only interested in worrying about the things that I can control, and that's training, getting the weight down, putting all the pieces together, and getting in their fed.
Israel Adesanya has some advice for Darren Till in a recent interview. Darren needs to actually fight. Don't just sit there. That's a mental block. You can't keep saying I'm okay because now you're not okay. He could have got out and had space. Urgency, urgency, urgency. Body kick from Darren because his hands are all the way up. He's breathing so heavy, body kick him. He tried to do the same thing again. The guy blitzed and he went for the elbow, and he just knew because the guy already ate the elbow how many times? He shot in the middle. Look at the elbow. The guy knows. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.